Ever met ever met a professional snake milker or someone who literally gets paid to sniff armpits for science? Yep, it's a real job. And guess what? So is being a golf ball diver, a human scarecrow, and yes, a full-time cuddler. Welcome to Wedgie Wednesday on Talk Radio, where we tug on the loose threads of reality and unravel the weirdest corners of the working world. Today, we're clocking in with some of the most bizarre jobs you've never seen on a resume, from people who taste pet food, voluntarily, we might add, to those who dress up as furniture to test public relations. We're talking about careers so odd they make your cousin's job running a llama yoga retreat sound downright corporate. So buckle up, grab your metaphorical name tag, and let's take this punch clock plunge into employment absurdity. And hey, don't forget to follow Talk Radio wherever you're listening, because the weird, oh, it only gets weirder.
song is rated TV MA and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Hello, Lakewood and beyond. Welcome to Talk Radio, your favorite flavor of weekday weird, where every night has its own vibe, and tonight's serving up a heaping scoop of odd jobs and awkward underwear situations. Yep, you guessed it. It's Wedgie Wednesday, baby! The only show bold enough to pick a theme and yank it for all it's worth. It's Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. And while most people are just trying to make it to Friday, we are counting the moments like it's our job. We are now 42.47% of the way through the year. That's 22 weeks and 1 day, or 155 days deep into 2025. Or, if you're a numbers nerd, 3,720 hours, 223,200 minutes, or wait for it, 13,392,000 seconds into the new year. But who's counting? We are, because every second brings us closer to summer sun, stranger stories, and another wedgie-worthy tale. Now, before you settle too deep into your couch or car seat, brace yourself, because today we're diving into the oddest of odd jobs. We're talking careers that'll make your cousin's MLM side hustle look downright boring. From snake milkers to professional cuddlers. From live mannequin models to, yes, even armpit sniffers. There are folks out there doing the work most of us didn't know existed. And tonight, we are celebrating every weird gig and wedgie that comes with it. So whether you're tuning in from Lakewood, Tacoma, or you just accidentally clicked on the wrong podcast and decided to stay, welcome. This is Talk Radio, and this is Wedgie Wednesday. Let's get into the weird. But to start, poll results from last week. All right, folks, before we dive butt first into today's buffet of bizarre jobs, we've got to check in on last week's Wedgie Wednesday poll results. And boy, you did not disappoint. Poll question number 1. Which is the ultimate wedgie? And the crowd has spoken. 33% of you are fans of the sneak attack, that stealthy drive-by tug that strikes when you least expect it. But dominating with a sky-high 67%, it's the classic liftoff. That's right, traditional, vertical dramatic, the kind of wedgie that clears both conscience and gravity. We salute your loyalty to the classics. Poll question number 2. Should wedgies be allowed in professional wrestling? And in an absolutely unanimous decision, 100% of you said yes. That's right. You want steel chairs, elbow drops, and now underwear-based humiliation. Somewhere out there, a luchador is nervously tightening their waistband. Vince McMahon, if you're listening, we got ideas. Oh, man. Poll question number 3. Wedgie apocalypse. Who survives longer? The two contenders. A nerdy librarian versus a pro wrestler. And with a devastating 100% sweep, the pro wrestler emerges victorious. No love for the cardigan crowd this time. Apparently, reading Dewey Decimal charts doesn't prep you for a cotton-based apocalypse. Poor librarian, never stood a chance. Though we would watch that showdown on pay-per-view. Shh! Bam! Oh, we love your votes, your weird logic, and your fearless passion for undergarment justice. Keep those polls coming. I will in the future. And don't forget, every Wednesday, your opinion might just make it into our wedgie themed madness. Now we get into talking about jobs. Not the kind you find in career fair brochures or your uncle's LinkedIn feed. I'm talking odd jobs. Jobs that make you pause mid-scroll and go, wait, that's a real thing? Like this one, professional cuddler. Yep, you can literally get paid to cuddle people. It's all about emotional comfort and physical presence. Totally platonic. Clients might be dealing with anxiety, loneliness, or just need the human connection we all secretly crave. There's even etiquette involved, like a cuddle code of conduct. Think about that the next time your cat ignores you. Now here's one that'll make you rethink your lunch break. Pet food taster. This is a real job where a person, a human being, samples dog and cat food to ensure quality, taste, and consistency. They don't swallow it usually, but they do chew and critique it. Imagine putting that on your resume. Skills. Strong palate. Able to detect subtle hints of liver and disappointment.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah, oh wow, man. I'm telling you, it's kind of crazy. And then, I once met a guy at a wedding whose actual job title was golf ball diver. This man spent his days suiting up in scuba gear and diving into murky water hazards at golf courses to retrieve thousands of stray golf balls. He told me pond gunk and snapping turtles were just part of the job. Oh, and apparently, some geese take serious offense to trespassers. It's part treasure hunt, part full contact sport. But we're not done yet. The world gets weirder. There's a woman in South Korea who works as a professional mourner. Mourner. She's hired to cry loudly, dramatically at strangers' funerals. It's part tradition, part theater. Her goal? To show the deceased was deeply loved, even if half the people there barely knew them. Some mourners even throw themselves over the coffin or well into the sky. That's dedication. And get this, in Japan, there's a man who earns a living by doing nothing. His service, he rents himself out to be a quiet companion, not a friend, not a helper, just someone to be there. You want someone to sit silently next to you while you eat ramen, walk through a park, or attend a stressful event? He'll do it for a fee. No advice, no small talk, just quiet presence. Honestly, where do I sign up? You get a quiet guy to sit next to you saying nothing. I'm down. Oh, and speaking of existing, let's not forget about line sitters. Folks who will wait in line for you, whether it's the newest iPhone release or that one bakery that only sells 10 cheesecakes a day. Hire a line sitter, sleep in, and boom, cheesecake acquired. That's capitalism with a side of convenience. There's even someone in New York whose job is to apologize, like professionally. They're hired by companies and sometimes individuals to deliver apologies on their behalf. Imagine having a full-time job that's just saying sorry. Honestly, that might be the most emotionally exhausting one of them all. Now, before you start Googling how to become a professional napper, I should mention, yes, that's a thing too. Some sleep research centers and even mattress companies pay people to nap and report on sleep quality. If you're good at passing out mid-Netflix, you can monetize that skill. So, what do all these have in common? They remind us that work doesn't always look like a desk, a uniform, or a conference call. Sometimes it looks like wading through pond slime for rogue golf balls. Sometimes it's just being present or pretending to cry at someone else's funeral. The point is, The world is wide and weird, and if there's a need, there's probably a job for it. We'll be right back after the break with even more oddities and a special segment featuring your weirdest gigs. Alright, I'm back once again. Now, here's some short stories slash examples. Most of them are made up. I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, all these are true messages. No. Made up stuff, okay? Mostly. So, here we go. Voiceover. My voiceover. We got a message from Marcy in Tillicum. And folks, this might be the most Northwest job I've ever heard of. Ready? High Talk Radio. So yeah, I once got paid to be a human scarecrow. Like, literally. I stood in a cornfield outside of Yelm wearing this shiny silver jumpsuit and a floppy straw hat. My job was to flap my arms, yell scat at crows, and do little dances whenever birds got too close. Peak agricultural fashion, y'all. Marcy says she looked like a rejected disco ball, but the birds hated it. Local kids thought she was part of a Halloween pop-up. She now owns 3 pairs of the loudest overalls this side of the Cascades. And hey, if you're messing with crows, you're messing with the heart and soul of Crow Rules Entertainment. And since I own Crow Rules Entertainment, let's just say, those birds don't take kindly to competition. Beware the wrath of the flock. Next up, Devin from Clover Park wrote in, and his story weirdly calming. Hey Talk Radio, I used to work in a sock factory, but not like on the machines or anything. My job, fold socks. Just fold them, all day. No music, no talking. Just the sweet rhythm of sock, fold, stack, repeat. Kind of like sock meditation. Devin says he can now fold 60 pairs a minute, faster if they're fuzzy. Said it was the most peaceful time of his life. Honestly, sock monk energy, zen, and the art of laundry maintenance. Now we get into the consecutive listens challenge. Okay. I got to bring up the little picture to go with this segment. So, all right, Talk Radio fam, it's time for our most consecutive listens challenge. We're tracking our most loyal listeners who've been tuning in episode after episode. No skips, just steady support, but only Wedgie Wednesdays. Here's who's currently lighting up the leaderboard. Freya Plays Pet Sim, 2 episodes in a row. Nancy Armstrong, 2 for 2. Mike Smith, also holding strong at 2. And a shout out to Solar, just got on the board with 1. Can you break the streak? Can you hold the crown? Keep those ears locked in, and we might just shout you out next week. Want to join the challenge? Just email us at talkradiowedgie@gmail.com with the word streak and how many episodes you've heard in a row. Let's see who's got the ultimate streak. Now, back to the show. Sorry, that was kind of dorky. I know, but that's okay. Alright, now it's your turn to spill the beans. What's the weirdest, wildest, or downright wackiest job you've ever had? Maybe you got paid to wear a giant hot dog suit. Or you were the official parrot babysitter for a very demanding feathered diva. Or how about the time you organized a collection of thousands of Beanie Babies, like every single one sorted by color, rarity, or stuffing fluffiness? We want to hear those unforgettable stories. The ones that make people go, wait, that's a real job? Send your stories over to talkradiowedgies@gmail.com. And if it's weird enough, especially if it involves glitter, explosions, or surprise goat cameos, we might feature you on next week's show. Don't be shy. Your tale could be the star of Wedgie Wednesday. Anyway, that's a wrap on this week's Wedgie Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out with us while we peeled back the curtain on some of the weirdest side gigs, strange jobs, and career curveballs that make your resume read like a wild Mad Lib. We hope you enjoyed the stories, laughs, and jaw-dropping moments that only Wedgie Wednesday can deliver. But don't pack up your curiosity just yet. Tomorrow is Time Warp Thursday, and we're diving deep into one of history's greatest mysteries. Say that 3 times. History's greatest mysteries. The lost colony of Roanoke. What really happened to those settlers? Was it disappearance, disaster, or something stranger? We'll explore the clues, the theories, and the eerie legacy that still fascinates historians and adventurers alike. So hit that follow button and make sure you don't miss this voyage into the unknown. Until then, keep it odd, keep it awesome. This is Talk Radio, signing off from Wedgie Wednesday. But I also want to mention yesterday, my first Tuesdays in Lakewood, trying to make this a local show, trying to get some local people in on the works of my show, as I also try to grow from around the globe. So local and around the globe. I want to have it all. As many viewers as possible. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow for a time travel adventure you won't forget.